What's up guys, welcome back to another video. If you're new here, my name's Jake. Welcome to the JD Cars Automotive YouTube channel. Please be sure to go check us out at jd-cars.com. Follow us on Instagram at jd.cars, and please be sure to subscribe for more content. Today on JD Cars, we're finally going to be tearing into the X3 over here that I picked up for 500 bucks on Marketplace. We're going to be doing a whole bunch of suspension work, probably going to be redoing the brakes today and all the sensors on all four corners. So let's get her into the garage, get it up on the lift, and get working. Alright, so in case you missed our teardown video where we pulled off the wheels, checked all the suspension and whatnot out, here is a look at the suspension right now. These are likely, they very well likely could be the original Struts, same in the front. They're just so deteriorated, it's insane. I've never seen the paint just flaking off like that. But we have new suspension all the way around, mainly because the passenger front strut is absolutely shot. Taking a look at it here, you guys can see the angle of that rotor. It's extremely angled out like this because the strut has snapped completely. It's hard to show you guys the angle on camera, but this is just completely shot. And the top hats really didn't look too great, so I ordered new top hats, strut mounts if you will, front and rear, and I also got little bump stops or whatever you want to call them. Now, because nobody really wanted to sponsor this video, and understandably so, I guess some people just don't have the vision, I ordered all my parts on Amazon. I did not order my brakes from Amazon because I don't really want to put brakes from eBay on my car. I got an iSet from Amazon. Everything else came from eBay. All of this stuff right here, all of this, except for that intercooler over there for the F30. All stuff for the X3 over here. We even got a tow hitch for it, but that's gonna be a separate video. But let me jump into all the boxes here and we'll check out what we got. So on eBay for $87, I was able to get not one, not two, but 4 struts for my BMW X3. So we have front and rear struts, all 4 corners, new shocks, new suspension for $87 shipped to my house. So why would I go spend, you know, $400 on a pair of new front struts and then another $200? That's more than I spent on the car. So, you know, if these last me 2 years, that's fine. I'll replace them again, the same component, because it's still a fraction of the cost of OEM equivalent. I'm interested to see how these go. It'll be a fun experience to see the fitment and the ride quality of eBay suspension, but break out of the box and see what we got. Looks pretty solid. We even got new hardware in the box there, but I mean, it's just, you know, a generic black strut. Seems to be fairly good quality. We have a nice rubber bushing on this end and it's a shock, so that's cool. We got 2 of these, and let's check out one of the front struts. Let's take a look at the passenger strut. Okay. Not bad, folks. Not bad at all. Damn, that's crazy. That's crazy that we get 2 of these and 2 of those for $87. But yeah, new hardware on the end there. Pretty solid, old quality feel, but we won't know until it's on the car, of course. Oh man, these things are hard to compress. And in addition to that, we got ourselves a whole bunch of other associated goodies. So I believe these are, yeah, these are strut bump stops. I think these are the rear, not sure. And these are the front. So we got 2 new pairs of those. I got new front and rear strut mounts with new hardware. The old strut mounts won't hinder the suspension performance. I want to have nice fresh ones to start off with. And of course we have 2 new rear strut mounts as well, just so we have fresh rubber back there as well. So yeah, that's all of our suspension components. I think all of this gear ran me like 200 bucks total. So complete suspension overhaul for 200 bucks. Really not too bad. Now before we get too into this, I have a feeling PB Blaster is gonna be our friend today, so let's soak all this stuff. So to remove the strut here, really not too difficult. We have an 18mm bolt with an 18mm nut. We've got 3 13mm nuts up top here. We're gonna want to compress the spring with spring compressors. In the back of the strut collar here, we're gonna use a strut collar spreader. That's this little cam-shaped tool that goes in a socket. You put it in the narrow way and then you turn it, and that will spread the collar, hopefully enough that we can get this strut out of here. And last but not least, it looks like our sway bar link nut, that's gonna be a 16 millimeter. This should be a female Torx receptacle, but I'm gonna have to get a pick to get all the crud out of there so we can hold the ball joint still. Well, I got the totally destroyed strut out of the passenger side front. Check this out, guys. Yeah, that's not what your strut is supposed to look like. It's supposed to be one piece. So we're gonna pull the spring compressors off this. Then we have to remove the top hat here. Just pull off this plastic cap. Looks like I might need some pliers to break it loose, but we'll remove that top nut, remove the old top hat that we're not going to be reusing. The only component we'll be reusing are the springs, because despite some peeling paint here, they're still good. We can just toss some paint over that to prevent any further corrosion, but the springs should be fine. So I've fully disassembled the strut here, and I did speak a little too soon when I said we'd only be reusing the spring. We do want to reuse a few rubber components here that are still intact. These two spring isolator things. This rubber boot is still fine. We are going to replace the bump stop because it's really worn out. We're also replacing the strut mount itself, and definitely a good idea doing that because it's on its way out. But I did not order a new top hat assembly. The metal is still fine, it's just extremely rusted, so we're gonna take it down with a wire wheel and repaint it and reuse it. I'm gonna repeat the same process over on the driver's side here. Hopefully it'll be a little easier because the driver's side's still intact from the looks of it, but same exact process. I'm gonna rip it out of there and then we'll move to the rear shocks. So both front struts, oh my god, I am dirty. Both front struts are out of the car now. The passenger side, as I expected, was way worse than the driver's side. The driver's side popped right out. And I have actually fully painted the passenger side components. They're all dry and ready to be reinstalled. I'm pretty happy with how this is looking. Definitely not perfect, but totally suitable for a $500 car. I used, what did I use? Oh, yeah. I used Krylon rust protector for this just to inhibit any further rusting and to protect it from damage. So should hold up for a good while. I've got the passenger side components over there on the sawhorse all painted up and drying in the sun. So now it's time to take our painted components, the few rubber components we're reusing, and our new strut, get that all assembled, and we can drop it into the passenger side. By then, I should be able to use those components that are drying, assemble the driver's side, toss that in, and then the rear looks like it should be really simple. I think it's just 2 or 3 bolts up top and 1 bolt at the bottom, so that should drop in fairly easily, knock on wood, but yeah. Alright, so I just wrapped up installing the passenger front strut here. It was a little bit difficult, but not the end of the world. I now understand why people buy complete strut assemblies, because working with those spring compressors, assembling all that, it's a real pain, but it was worth it. It's not the end of the world. Got it in there, feeling pretty good about it. It's about 6 o'clock, so I'm gonna wrap things up, grab some dinner, and probably get back at it in the morning. So I'll see you guys then. Alright guys, following morning here, I've just finished up the front suspension. It's all done. Now I'm going to focus in on the rear. It's going to be a whole lot simpler. All we have down on the bottom is an 18mm fastener right here. And then up top we have 3 13mm, but they are accessed through the trunk. So to show you guys a little bit better here, the left hand side you could just reach in there if you wanted to. That's probably what I'll end up doing instead of disassembling all the trim. On this side it's a little bit more difficult. I'm gonna pull this back and see if I can get my arm in there, but more likely than not we have to remove all of this stuff. So fold down your rear seats. Back here we're gonna have a couple Phillips head fasteners, one here, one up here, and to remove this trim, all you do is press this button right here. That will release it. But we have a couple fasteners back here. Those are all Phillips head. And then we have 2 T25 Torx in one hole here and one hole right here. Removing those fasteners will allow you to remove this trim right here on this pillar, this piece right here, and finally the felted carpet piece that's preventing us from accessing those 13mm nuts. And I did notice on the back here, the rear springs do have a bit of paint chipping, quite a lot compared to the front. So I think I'm gonna drop those out of the car and paint them, go for a ride on the bike or something while they dry, and we'll put them back in. Just because we already did the front, I feel like I should just do the rear while we're here, and yeah. Alright, so I just banged out the rear suspension off camera kind of because it was difficult to film, but really not too difficult to execute. As I said, it's just that 18mm bolt on the bottom, and then you have some Phillips head fasteners here along with those 2 T25 Torx. Pull off your trim, you have your 3 13mm nuts on top. Drop the strut out, put the new one in, and you're good to go. So we now have entirely new suspension on the BMW X3 here. New struts and shocks, that is. So time to throw the wheels back on, go for a test drive, and see how $87 suspension performs on the street. Alright folks, we're out here on the road in the X3 on our $87 eBay suspension for our first ride, and honestly I am super impressed. For 87 bucks, like, we're gonna take our first hard turn here, so let's try out turning. Yeah, nice through the turns, doing really nicely on the bumps. I apologize about the rattling. That's my license plate, which is just zip tied on right now. I have a new bracket coming in the mail, but yeah, all in all, 87 bucks for a new entire set of struts. I am very much happy with how the car is driving right now. Feels really solid. Nothing's really rattling around anymore. Should really clean my windshield. Let's see if we have, nope, we do not have fluid. Gotta refill that. But X3 is back in action. She's on the road. Previous owner actually said that, oh, I just realized we don't have a speedometer. Need to do my wheel speed sensors ASAP. But what was I gonna say? The previous owner said that under hard acceleration, the transmission was making a racket. I actually think that was probably the blown out strut, because being an X-Drive vehicle, if you're putting a ton of power to a wheel without any strut stabilization, it's obviously gonna go like this. So here we go. This is foot to the floor. Yeah, transmission in this car seems to be fine. Knock on wood, but transmission seems fine. So the $500 X3 she's doing well. I'm pretty stoked. Fun little car. But anyways, I'm not gonna bother you guys anymore with the rattling license plate on the back. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you're excited to see this progress made on the X3 here. If you enjoyed this video, please go leave a like down below. Subscribe for more content. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you next time on JD Cars.